Do you know what this is? If so, you're a chiropractic aficionado. If not, I'm going to share with you what this is and how it works. I'm Dr. Jim Hoven of Ramos Law and your host of Health Matters. Today, it's going to be a really great episode on instrument adjusting. If you've ever been to a chiropractor, there's a lot of ways that you could have been what we call adjusted. Now, what's an adjustment? An adjustment is a manipulation or movement of a spinal segment or maybe of a shoulder or a knee that increases joint mobility. So it could be a spinal joint. Again, it could be an extremity joint like a shoulder or a knee or an ankle or a wrist. And when you do that, there's powerful results that cause a decrease in pain, an increase in motion, an increase in the body's ability to move both nerve and blood information. So as these things happen, there's a lot of ways for them to go, but one of the most popular ways, especially if you've been in an acute trauma, like a car accident, a slip and fall, a sports injury, something like that, is the use of an instrument called an activator. Now there's several versions of these, and activator was kind of the original, and this is really an old school one. Now they look really high profile, like they've got, they're made for jets or something. They're super cool, but this is the basic process, is you have a adapter on this end that will actually put a force into wherever you push it. And then you have the ability to squeeze this little trigger, and by doing that, you're putting somewhere between 18 and 22 pounds of force into a very small focused area. So when you do that, the body doesn't have time to react, or it doesn't have time to splint itself against that process like it would if I were adjusting someone by hand. If I'm adjusting their back or their neck by hand and I'm pushing or I'm turning and they're really sensitive to that, or there's a lot of swelling because it's a new trauma, then when I go to deliver that force, the body can react, whereas it will not do that with this. So this is a great tool for trauma. It's also a great tool for people who are very afraid of being manipulated by hand. Another great usage for this particular type of instrument is if someone has osteoporosis, which is a bone thinning disease, where if you put too much pressure on that, you could actually cause a fracture of the bone. So all great indications for using an instrument like this. There are lots of different chiropractors that use lots of different instruments, but no matter which one they're using, I want you to know the reason. So again, it's using speed instead of force and being very focused instead of more generalized, so that they can increase the joint mobility, which increases the nerve connection, the nerve flow, the nerve focus between brain and body, and also increases the body's ability to push through swelling and decrease pain. So all that stuff's going on with joint manipulation. It's a wonderful technique, and if you see this, don't be afraid. Know that it's high tech, high touch, super specific, and that it works great. Now, if you have questions on this, please feel free to reach out to me, jim@ramoslaw.com, and I am here to help. So until next time, remember, your health matters.